do this video. Okay. Hard to do an intro, right? I forget what I'm about to say. Is that okay?
I think you need to do this again. Sorry.
You have a set intro or?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I signed up for this educational content.
Baby, from the start you've been my day one. Even though we fight, but we still make up.
Baby, the love that I feel for you is special. I know I cannot say, but you know how I feel, girl. I let my actions speak to you, girl. Body language is the rule, girl. I put it in real, so you can say it's real. Baby, I will never let you go, you the real deal.
You bust up my brain when you touch. Make me so high when you're around. The sky is the limit, and I know that you're in it. Baby boy, I wanna hold ya. Fight for you like a soldier. Make you high like ganja. Spin you around, control ya. I wanna hold you tight. Let the rhythm take control. Be my ride or die. You know that I won't let go.
Baby, the love that I feel for you is special. I know I cannot say, but you know how I feel, girl. I let my actions.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tenta, and I try to learn content that is educational. So I hope at the end of this video you learn something. And so today I have my good friend Sofie over here. So I'll let her say something and introduce herself.
Hi, my
There's
name
no
is,
need to be nervous.
Sofie, yeah.
Tell them, how did we meet?
Oh
Give them
yeah.
the tea.
Yeah, that's so I've also been in a Nordic exchange, but I went from Norway to South Africa. So I've been working with equal education in Kailicha, outside of Cape Town, for the last year, though I've been working from home the last few months. And we met at the introduction week that we had last August, which is now almost a year ago.
Almost
which
a
is kind
year
of
ago, yeah.
crazy to think about. But yeah, so we had fun there, exploring Oslo together for some time,
And then we went to youth camp.
youth camp. That was fun. Met a lot of people from all around the world. Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Making connections. And,
So in this video, we're just going to hear from Sofie about her experiences in South Africa and what it was like for her being Norwegian, living in South Africa. What are some of the differences? What did she feel was most important that she learned and all that? But before that, I'll remind you, please do subscribe and notifications and all that thing. Share this video with somebody. Yeah. So getting into it, Sofie, tell us. Was it your first time in South Africa?
no, it was not my first time in South Africa, but it was my first time living in South Africa. I've been living in the neighboring country of Eswatini for 2 years. Yeah, now it's...
So the
6
whole
years
African concept was not so new to you?
No, I wouldn't say so. But South Africa, living in Cape Town was quite different from living in Eswatini
Okay.
because of the history of the country, I would say, with apartheid still having quite a significant impact on the country and people and its politics. So you could see it's, when you have inequality and oppression being put into a system, it's very toxic, and it's not something that's easy to just throw away in 25 years. So
It was like visible, you could see it?
yeah, it's very structural in a sense, so you could see different parts of the city that, okay, this is a very white area, or this is a colored area, or this is a black area, and that's still something that people really have at the front of their mind, and they still think in that sense that, I'm this is where my family's always lived, or they lived for the past few years, so we're not going to move. So you still have these structural and spatial inequalities still being very present. Even though things are mixing up and things are changing, it's still something that is very present and is affecting people's lives every day. And coming from Norway, which is quite an equal society, it's very different to have to live with this inequality every day, and then being very privileged to live in an area that was quite mixed and being able to move in between all the different areas in a sense. But it's also yeah, it's very, very different. And something I struggle with a lot because it's so unjust
Yeah.
in many ways. But working with South African civil society is really encouraging, and
Yeah.
they do an amazing job.
You see all the different types of things that they're doing to try and bridge the gap of that inequality that you see.
Definitely. And I think, working since equal education works with improving the public education system in South Africa, I really think that is a big part of the solution. Of course, you cannot see it as a separate struggle in a way. It's part of the overall struggle to decrease inequalities in the country, but it's definitely part of the problem because you have schools that can be seen as one of the top schools in the world, like private schools that you have in South Africa, and then you have a public school that doesn't even have proper toilets or classroom buildings are falling apart, and then it's like...
I just didn't want to hold it, sorry.
Have you started recording?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. So Sophie was talking about food. Now I feel like the video is going to be rushed because I'm trying to make sure we do it faster before it falls.
Before it
No, it's not going before, like seriously, it's stable. It's very, very stable.
Okay.
Technically about the food. I've forgotten what the question was. The differences in food.
Yeah, well, in Norway we eat a lot of bread. Yes. We don't eat as much bread in South Africa, or not as much in the same ways. The lunches are way better, more varied. A lot of pap and stews and a lot of meat. Like the first day at our office, we went to this price stand and we picked up like a whole package of just meat, and then we went back to the office and we just had that. But it wasn't just for us; we were sharing with everyone in the office though. But it was like, it was just the amount.
It was huge.
We were just like, it was like a big pile. It was nice though.
Okay. What about the people? What's the difference? Did you notice a difference in the way Norwegian people are generally compared to South African people?
I would say South Africans are way more outgoing, easier to get to know than Norwegians. In a way, very friendly, open-minded, very, very strong. I met so many strong, dedicated people that are really cool, and everyone is, or maybe not everyone, but most people are really aware of everything that's going on in their country. But then maybe that also comes from hanging out with people working in civil society, though.
Civil society always has to be on top of things.
Yeah. So, and I think it's cool how intersectional they work, and how they always see things as part of a bigger picture, in a sense.
Okay.
And a lot of people, I think, the office culture is a bit different than what you find in Norway. Like suddenly people break out in song, where they're just like, we need to like...
When there's something to celebrate, it becomes like a whole big thing, a whole big party.
So that was really great.
Okay, so 5 things that you loved about South Africa.
The nature. Cape Town is really like postcard picture, beautiful city with the sea and the mountains. And
okay.
Yeah, I love that. And the nightlife is really good. People, of course.
Like to party.
But it's like, people, you meet so many great people and you just have random conversations, and I miss that as well. A lot, just commuting to work, even though it sounds like a bore. It's like, it's quite a nice thing. Just now I've been in Corona for some time, you know, you like, going surfing in the morning before heading to work because it's so
wow,
close
you used to go surfing in the morning?
Yeah, a few times. We didn't get that good, but we tried a few times. And just being on the water early in the morning before heading in down. Yeah,
that sounds really nice. And what are the things that you didn't like about South Africa?
I think for me the biggest thing is that as a woman you don't feel that safe often in the city, and that you have more limited freedom of movement in the sense that you don't go outside when it's dark, for example. Well,
it's
when I'm in Norway,
here.
You can walk around. So I think for me that was the biggest challenge in a sense.
That's understandable, because here there's so much freedom. You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you can go board a bus, a tram, or something, and go wherever you wanna go with nobody even really like paying attention to you. Like, where's she going? What's she doing? Why is she out this late? Like, it's just nobody cares.
Yeah, and then it's also like a different level of safety. Like nothing bad ever happened to me. I was lucky in that sense, but also we took precautions. But then at the same time, it's like I think that was the hardest challenge for me, at least, feeling that I can't move around the way I'm used to, and that's it's very tiring and it takes some time to adjust to.
Yeah,
I would say
it does, especially when you want to go out at night. You have to make sure you have a safe way back home, and you're going with people that are going to keep you safe. You have like a whole plan, if I can say. Yeah,
that's very true. So and then having them seeing how unequal the society is, being faced with that all the time. In a way, I think that's also coming from a very privileged position, being able to say that. But in Norway, where things are more equal, or both, we are extremely lucky that we have kind of like a safety net in our government. While in South Africa, you don't have the same trust in your government as you have here.
Yeah.
So, and also seeing, how different people live and how you can have a life in South Africa, not being really aware of what's going on at the same time. You can live like a very gated life in a way, like growing up in an affluent suburb or something. But if you see, it's very sad to see how unequal things are. And I think it's like things are happening to change it, but I think you need more change. And right now things are not really going any better.
Eventually, our hope, I think, for most African countries is to eventually get there, where we have a society that is equal. Yeah. So, anything interesting happened to you in South Africa? Meet any cute people, people you fell in love with, that kind of thing. We want to hear about it.
Yeah, well, I met a lot of interesting people.
Of course.
Nah, not really. Well, you hadn't had these like random people in bars, but those, not all of them. So you want to see again.
Yeah,
it can be a bit too insistent, but it's hard to be put on the spot like that, because then it's like you have like a whole rush of memories coming back.
So nothing interesting.
Of course, interesting things happen, but it's like no, it's more like the conversations you remember and people. But
that's really nice. That's really nice. Thank you so much, Sofie, for being here and sharing your story with us. I hope people from watching this video have learned something that they didn't know about South Africa, and those in South Africa have been able to see South Africa through your eyes, because it's what they're used to. But hearing somebody else talk about where you live helps, I think, change us as people as well, and helps us try and see if we can do something more to change our situations. Yeah, I think so. So thank you guys. Thank you, Sofie.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video and you subscribe. And please do remember to head over to my Instagram to check out the vlog of me visiting Sofie. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Baby boy,